Dale in Cary, North Carolina. Hey, Dale, your thoughts?
Hi. Based on this chart showing the increased requests and the requests granted for increased security, I'm surprised she didn't make the point that we can't grant every request for increased security because Congress has failed to fund those requests.
Right. She did actually.
Those guys.
Hang on just a second, Dell. Here's a clip from earlier in her testimony. This is where she said this. Hang on.
A lot of debates that went on within the security professionals about what to provide, because they did have to prioritize. The Accountability Review Board pointed that out. The State Department has historically, and certainly before this terrible incident, not had the amount of money that we thought would be necessary to do what was required to protect everyone. So
this takes us back, if you step into the Wayback Machine, and this is from 2013, Thursday, May 9th, 2013, a post by Marcos over at the Daily Coast. He's quoting from a piece, I think it's in the New York Times, as part of the Republican majority that has controlled the House the last 2 years. Keep in mind, this is from 2 years ago. Mr. Issa has joined in cutting nearly $500 million from the State Department's two main security accounts. One covers things like security staffing, including local guards, armored vehicles, and secure technology. The other, embassy construction and upgrades. In 2011 and 2012, President Obama asked for $5 billion, and the House approved only $4.5 billion. Utah teabagging rep Jason Chaffetz. Chaffetz has been a leading proponent of the Benghazi conspiracy theory, but he was asked by Mr. O'Brien, is it true that you voted to cut the funding for embassy security? And Chaffetz, this was back before this whole thing, says, absolutely. Look, we have to make priorities and choices in this country. So anyhow, that's Dale. She has pointed that out. I wish she would point it out more, but she's being very, very careful not to politicize this. So do you?
Right, and the other comment is just a minute ago you played the clip where I think it was Pompano made the point about it's been since 1979 since an ambassador was killed.
Right.
She could have made the point that we actually value all lives of diplomats, and there's been a long history of people outside of these four in Benghazi that have been killed.
Yeah, she pointed that out earlier, and so did Elijah Cummings.
But she needs to keep hammering that every time because they want to make it specific to Benghazi, specific to her.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with Dale, but she's doing what she's doing. She's not. It's whether she's taking our advice or not. There really is. There is a line where if she steps over it, it's going to look like she is being political, and that's something that she's got to avoid, particularly if the hit on this committee is going to be that they're entirely political. So, I agree with your sentiment, but it's up to her surrogates basically and her supporters, and I just as a Democrat, I would say people like us to point that out and. Believe me, there's going to be the equivalent of a spin room after this thing. There's going to be all kinds of pundits and Hillary surrogates out there pointing out these hard and painful political realities that the Republicans cut the security budget repeatedly, and now they're sitting around whining about the fact that the security didn't work out the way it should. Dale, thanks for the call. Good points.